Greetings, fellow moviegoers, and welcome to Movie Central, the place to talk about movies, TV shows based on movies, toys based on movies, games based on movies, and rides based on movies. I'm your host, Mr. TCS, and this is my pet gorilla, George. Buzz Lightyear. When Toy Story came out in 1995, one of the most popular characters was Buzz Lightyear. Naturally, he was. He was designed to be the coolest toy ever, and that is exactly what the filmmakers made him. As a matter of fact, the biggest selling Christmas product of 1995 was the Buzz Lightyear action figure produced by Thinkway Toys. Today, Thinkway still runs the Toy Story action figure line for the most part and have produced better, more advanced Buzz Lightyear action figures, such as the Toy Story Collection version, which can include the utility belt every once in a while. But aside from that, other forms of media were made, including several theme park rides at the Disney parks, which are great. I love them. Video games, even more toys like the Disney Store version of Buzz Lightyear, and, surprisingly, a 2D animated cartoon. Buzz Lightyear of Star Command debuted in 2000 on Toon Disney and was set in the universe where the real Buzz Lightyear worked with Star Command to battle his nemesis, the evil Emperor Zurg, along with several other unique and funny villains. This jump-started the same year with a direct-to-video sequel movie simply titled Buzz Lightyear of Star Command The Adventure Begins, which had the advent of having Tim Allen voice the character, whereas in the show, Patrick Warburton, aka Joe Swanson, was voicing the character. Kinda odd, isn't it? Sadly, as of now at least, Disney refuses to officially release the show on any home media or streaming services where available. What do you mean it's not on Disney Plus? Return of Jafar's on Disney Plus, Lion King 2's on Disney Plus. Why not Buzz Lightyear: A Star Command? One day I hope. The only way you can watch the show is the use of several clips on YouTube and a lot of fake DVDs and Blu-rays. The movie is the only thing that's on an official DVD. But Disney still enjoyed their time with the character and explored several options when developing ideas for him, especially when, announced in 2020, a new solo film set to revolve around the character's backstory and how he became the beloved space ranger we all love was officially greenlit. The movie was officially released in the summer of 2022, so yes, it is a very new movie. And while financially a failure, sadly, the movie still received positive attention from critics and audiences alike. What are my thoughts on the film, though? We're gonna find out today. No restraints on spoilers, but if you haven't seen it, please click away. This is Disney Pixar's Lightyear. After a disastrous mission, Captain Buzz Lightyear of Star Command, voiced by Chris I Can Do This All Day Evans, attempts to find a source of crystallic fusion that can help him and his crew evacuate off of a distant planet. However, each compound seems to be a failure, as every time he goes on this very dangerous and risky mission to test out the crystallic fusion, 4 years pass. When he finally gets the compound right, the world he once knew collapses around him, and he's now living in a society that he no longer knows. When he finally tests the new compound, he travels to yet another time when the planet is overrun with man-killing droids, led by the robotic Emperor Zurg, voiced by James Brolin. However, with the help of the granddaughter of his old friend and comrade, voiced by Keke Palmer, Lightyear must find a way to eliminate Zurg's threats and save the galaxy. It's a really well-written sci-fi story that goes full-on sci-fi without utilizing the idea that this is a story reenacted by Andy with his action figure. It's a full-on the movie he says that inspired him to get the toy that you see in the movie. And it totally feels like a movie you would watch at a Cineplex or something in the 90s. Very similar in vein to what we got with the Star Wars films, the original trilogy at least. It's like Interstellar from 2014 meets the Star Wars franchise. I also like how it's an in-universe action movie. That this it is the movie that inspired Andy to want the toy after all. You kind of need to know this stuff, and the meta is used really well. But while the story is really, really great, is there anything else that's as good in this movie? Heck yes. The characters are great. Chris Evans is a worthy Buzz Lightyear and is a good reboot version of him. He still has the commanding, authoritative qualities we expect from after what Tim Allen gave us in the four main movies. He's a full blown action hero that you want to see succeed. Yet Evans is not Tim Allen. Nobody will ever come close, minus a few portrayals. That being said, Evans was still great, and I highly recommend watching the movie just for his amazing performance. Izzy had a really good arc where she was worried she was going to be in her grandmother's shadow, but in the end becomes a different person, and I actually like that about her. Little girls can look up to her, and I'm actually glad. Well done, guys. Darby and Mo were just fun. On a side note, Darby reminded me a lot of characters from the Suicide Squad of DC. I know this is a children's film, but I just thought of that while watching it, seeing as how she's doing this to shave years off of her prison sentence. I just thought about it for a second. And Mo is voiced by Taika Waititi. Yes, the same Taika Waititi who was Korg, directed Jojo Rabbit, and was the voice of IG-11. Yeah, I know. But they were still fun nonetheless. As for Socks, I thought I would hate him, seeing as how he's, a cat, and cats usually sell good plush toys. But I'm happy to report that I ended up thinking he was funny and cute. Every moment he was on screen, I had a smile on my face. This is how you do a comedic relief character in an animated movie. Take notes, people! As for Alicia, you really feel her connection that she has with Buzz. Her death was also very heartbreaking and it made me well up a bit as well. I didn't feel exactly the way Buzz probably felt, but I still felt very much attached to her character, and it was a good thing because I wanted to feel the feelings I felt. Also, yes, there is a kiss scene with her that is a lesbian kiss scene, and the internet is complaining about it. What are my thoughts on it? It only lasts 1 second, and I don't understand why so many people are complaining about it. It is not that bad, folks. Not that bad. It was subtle, and it doesn't last long. So, all you homophobic people out there, I don't want to get political, actually. Let's move on. As for Zurg, he always was just a Darth Vader spoof, as that scene in Toy Story 2 proved to us. However, Lightyear takes it a step further and makes it one of the smartest twists I have seen in a Pixar film for a long time. Usually, modern Disney twist villains don't work. Think the Screenslaver in Incredibles 2, Mayor Bellwether in Zootopia, and especially Icarus in Eternals. But if you make it smart, it works. It turns out that Zurg is a future, older, nihilistic version of Buzz Lightyear, who never got the welcoming he wanted, so he attempted to get to time travel and reset the universes in order to get his life back, making him more of a tragic villain, but an understandable one. Something that the Lego Movie 2 tried to do 3 years ago, mind you, but failed at miserably, because at least with this version, the voice actor is not reused, and it's not the studio treating audiences like they're imbeciles. Take notes, Warner Brothers, take notes. So, yeah, I think the characters are wonderful and add a lot to the story. And I can say the same thing about the animation. Finally, after 2 long years of bland animated characters composited with wonderful backgrounds, we get the best looking Pixar film since Toy Story 4. The characters all have wonderful and unique designs. The environments are absolutely beautiful to look at and look like an actual sci fi planet you can walk on to. and it is awesome. Easily one of the best looking films Pixar has made in a long time. The music was composed by Michael Giacchino, one of my favorite composers working today. He gave one of his best pieces of music yet, with an epic sci fi sounding score that has a sense of urgency, calmness, and the sense of triumph when Buzz finally says the line, "Not today, Zurg." Side note, there are a lot of references to the previous Toy Story films that you will notice if you've seen them all like I have, so keep an eye open. So, yeah, Lightyear is easily the best new Pixar film to be released since Toy Story 4. Everything it does smartly benefits it, and I recommend you go check it out in a theater if still available. It definitely wipes its butt with the last four Pixar movies released in the 2020s, especially Luca and Turning Red. I give this movie what it deserves, a 10 out of 10, to infinity and beyond. Well, that's it for this review. Feel free to leave your thoughts on the movie below and tune in next week for a special episode. You'll be surprised at what it is. With that said, my name is Mr. CCS, this is Movie Central, and that, my friends, is a wrap. See you next week. Goodbye.